Hello, everyone. Welcome to USAA. My name is Bill White. I'm a retired Navy captain with over 25 years of service to our country, proud military father of an Air Force airman. Welcome to this webinar. I'm grateful for your time, and I promise you the content will be useful to you and to your family. I'm especially appreciative of your membership. We're a membership organization. You own the company. We work for you. This is our company together. I've been a member since 1988. And I've been an employee since 2013. So this is a personal mission for me to serve you and your family, to help you, and today to talk about a retirement need and an opportunity for you to consider one of the things we offer at USAA. I want to introduce you to the people who are going to be the stars of the show today. Deval Desai is a solutions management consultant and works in our Tampa office. He's a certified financial planner, a CFP, and works closely with our retirement income team and other teams to make sure that our sales reps have the best skills and training to meet your specific needs. He's been at USAA for 11 years. During his free time, he spends time with his wife and their new baby. They love Disney World. Now, also with us today, Malia Tanaka. She works out of our Colorado Springs office. She is a senior in our retirement income team. That means she's one of our top. She supports members with retirement income planning, and she grew up as a military brat. She loves to travel the world. She's been at USAA for over 10 years, and she's one of the original members of our retirement income team. You're really going to like her content today. Thomas Sovereign. He's on the product management team. He works in our San Antonio office. I hired Thomas over 7 years ago as an intern when he finished his MBA, and I'm proud to see all the work that he's been able to do here for us. He's also a CFP, and he honors the legacy of servicemen and women with a father and grandfather who both served in the Air Force. They were both captains in the Air Force, and they together have over 100 years of USAA membership. Now, I'm going to go over a few housekeeping items. First, I'm going to email a link to you when this is over, so you can have a recording of this webinar. You can watch it anytime you want. You can share it with your family and friends. We encourage you to do so. Our content's going to be about 25 minutes or so, and then we'll go into our frequently asked questions. Now, you have the opportunity to use the question and answer function in Zoom, in the webinar function software that we're using today. You can submit your questions anytime. You don't have to wait till the end. Just put them right in there. We'll have specialists, our sales reps, monitoring the Q&A, and they'll do their best to answer your question. Now, you may get a response from one of our teammates that says you need to give us a call. And the reason for that typically is that there's a compliance disclosure or some other information that we need to deliver to you over the telephone. It's hard to do that by Zoom. And I'll ask one specific thing. Please don't put any personally identifiable information, social security numbers, member numbers, things like that. It's not shared, but for security purposes, I think it's best. Just ask your questions, and we'll make sure that we get back to you. We do have your information, so we know who's asking the question already. All right, now let's get to the topic at hand. For many people, including myself, two of the most important goals for retirement savings are to make sure that it can grow and to protect it in the case of a market drop. Now, a fixed indexed annuity, an FIA, is a great way to accomplish each of these goals simultaneously. Now, annuities aren't for everyone. I am an annuity owner, and I have been for a long time. I don't have all of my money in annuities. So what I'd encourage you to do is just be open to the information today and think about it. Consider it. In today's webinar, we're going to introduce you to our fixed indexed annuities and how they work. We'll talk to you about these FIAs and how they might be a good fit for you, your family. Finally, we'll introduce you to our USAA fixed indexed annuity and show you our current rates, which many of our members have found to be very exciting. First, I'd like to give you a sneak peek behind the curtain here at USAA, let you in on a little secret, something we do at all of our meetings. It's called the mission moment. The mission is real at USAA. We are here to serve military families and help them achieve financial security. We asked one of our teammates to talk about what the mission means to them. Today, one of my very best friends at work, Terry Caldwell, is going to share her mission moment.
Thank you so much, Bill, for that introduction. When I was asked to share my mission moment with y'all today, I was thrilled to do so. When I retired from the Air Force in 1995, USAA was not available to me. I was an enlisted member, and at that time, USAA membership was only available to officers. That changed in 1996, but by then I had started my civilian career, and with that came 401ks, health and life insurance, so I never looked into a USAA membership again. Fast forward to 2012. After working for many great companies who provided coverage for myself and family as an employee, I decided to leave the corporate world and pursue my entrepreneurial dream of starting my own company. Being a retired military veteran, I didn't have concerns about medical coverage with TRICARE, and I put my investing in 401k on hold to get the business going in the hopes of making it work and not having to worry about retirement nest eggs. After all, I was still young yet in my mind and a long way from retirement. However, in 2017, I had to face the fact that the business wasn't going to make it, and I was much closer to retirement age. Not only was I no longer investing in a retirement plan, I was burning through the cash that I had. I took a couple of contract jobs within the healthcare industry to make ends meet. During that time, someone asked me if I was a USA member because they were, and they said it had some great opportunities and benefits. I wasn't, nor did I even know if I was eligible. So I went to USA.com and I took the time to join, not knowing exactly what all the USA membership would give me. While I was on the website enrolling, I decided to take a look at the job openings they had posted. I saw they had some positions open that were in my direct skill set and passion. I was also very on board with USA's mission because not only myself and my husband are veterans, but our daughter is a veteran, and we currently have a grandson serving in the Air Force. I was 57 years old at the time that I applied for the job, and I didn't hold out much hope that I would get hired at that age. But I was hired, and I have been serving at USAA now for 7.5 years. So, how does this mission moment fit into a fixed indexed annuity webinar, you might ask? Well, my role here at USAA put me in a position where I had direct impact and influence on the annuities program. I served on a team that developed and launched the first new annuities product we've launched in 30 years, a fixed index annuity. The more I learned about that annuity, the more I realized that this product was for me. I love how it had the option to benefit from the S&P 500 growth. And as I was getting close to retirement, I wanted both a little better return on my investment and protection. So the day we made the FIA product available to members, I called USAA and purchased a FIA for myself. Turns out I didn't just purchase a FIA, but I was the very first member to purchase a FIA from USAA. That was very exciting to me. How often do you get to buy a great product that you helped build? Although I wasn't able to do that as a startup business owner, I was able to accomplish it at USAA. I'm very thankful to USAA for providing me the opportunity to make up for the years that I wasn't able to save for my retirement and the confidence to transition into retirement, knowing that the products and services that USAA provides will be with me well into my future.
Thank you for sharing your awesome story, Cherry. Very impressive to have the bravery to chase your dreams and also responsibility to keep your retirement savings in mind. So let's jump into our presentation with our first poll question. Take a look at your screen and get ready to submit your answer. Which of the following is a key feature of a fixed index annuity? Your options are growth potential based on stock market index performance, safety and security of your principal, built-in options for guaranteed income, and all of the above. Did y'all learn that little trick in school where the test includes all of the above? This is a good chance you should select all of the above. And I'll give you a hint. It's probably one of those times. So I'll give you a little bit of time to get that submitted. All right. Thank you for submitting your answers. We'll take a few seconds to show the results. And the correct answer is all of the above. So Malia, it sounds like fixed index annuities have a lot of interesting stuff going on. Can you tell us more about how they work?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Deval. So, a fixed indexed annuity is a type of deferred annuity that grows based on the performance of an underlying market index. Many of the members that I talk to every day love our fixed indexed annuity because it brings together five compelling ideas. So, first is the growth potential based on stock market indexed performance. So, you have the opportunity to earn more than a fixed rate, and your returns are not guaranteed, but there is a potential for upside. Second is the safety and security of your principal. So, although your returns are not guaranteed, you are protected from losses even if the stock market drops. Third is the locked in earnings. So, any gains are credited to your account annually, so they are locked in. And tax deferred growth is the fourth, and this allows you to keep more earned interest and grow your money faster by delaying the tax impact. And last is built in options for guaranteed income. So, when you're ready, you'll be able to easily use your annuity to generate income.
Thank you, Malia. Let's add some important facts to the explanation. A fixed index annuity is an insurance product, not an investment. While the interest paid is based on the performance of a market index, it is important to understand that your money is not invested in the market. The amount of interest credited depends on the performance of the tracked index, and you'll have limits based on the terms of the annuity contract. Here are some key terms to understand when learning about FIAs. First, index tracked is a stock market index on which the FIA growth is based. Throughout this webinar, you'll hear us say stock market performance when referring to FIA. So just know that the performance that we're referring to is that of the underlying index. Next, cap rate or the ceiling is a limit or maximum or cap on potential interest earnings. Floor is a minimum interest rate you'll earn, and participation rate is a percentage of the increase in the index in which the FIA is eligible to participate. Participation rate is especially useful when comparing USA's FIA to other companies who might not be as straightforward. USA's participation rate is 100%. Some of our competitors' products might have a participation rate lower than 100%. So the key takeaway is that if you're shopping for a fixed index annuity, be sure to understand all of these terms and you know what answers are for each of the products that you are considering.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, so let's help drive home these key terms with our second poll question. So, get ready to test your knowledge and submit your answers. So, the question is, you're shopping for a fixed indexed annuity and learn that it has an 8% cap, a 100% participation rate, and it tracks the S&P 500. How much would the fixed indexed annuity grow assuming the S&P 500 grew by 15%? And the answers to choose from are 5%, 7.5%, 8%, or 15%. Okay, we'll give you a few seconds to submit your answers. And the correct answer is 8%.
Okay, Malia, I definitely got that answer right and everything, but for our audience, why 8%, not the 15%?
Good question, Deval. So while the S&P 500 grew by 15%, the cap or the maximum or that ceiling for the FIA is 8%.
Let's take a look at a hypothetical example of a fixed index annuity from 2018 to 2024. As in our poll question, this hypothetical FIA has a cap rate of 8% with a participation rate of 100%. We'll assume that the 100% of the funds are in the indexed account. We're going to start with 100,000, so let's see what happens. In the first year, the S&P 500 dropped by 6.24%. As we learned earlier, the FIA did not suffer any losses since it is protected from stock market declines. In 2019, 2020, and 2021, the S&P 500 rebounded, returned 28.8%, 16.2%, and 26.9% respectively. In each year, the FIA was credited the maximum amount of the 8%.
So because in all 3 years the S&P 500 performed above the set cap, it was able to give the max highest interest or the cap of the 8%.
That is correct, Malia, yes. So in 2022, the index suffered a even larger loss than 2018, this time dropping almost 19.4%. The FIA did not suffer any losses. And finally, in 2023 and 2024, the S&P 500 was up again, returning 24.2% and 23.3%. Once again, the maximum rate of 8% was credited to the FIA. During the 7-year period, the $100,000 in our hypothetical fixed index annuity grew to $146,933. Investing in the stock market can be a roller coaster ride in significant ups, downs that many retirees can't stomach. Fixed index annuities allow you to step up into retirement safely and securely. And that's why these products have become so popular, especially in volatile times. Leah, can you tell us a little bit more about the popularity of FIAs?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Deval, annuities are enjoying some time in the spotlight. So, recent economic conditions like market volatility and rising interest rates have led to increasing interest in a lot of annuity products, including the fixed indexed annuities. And as you can see in this chart here, fixed indexed annuities have become very popular, growing 32% from 2023 and hitting record sales in 2024 of 126.9 billion. Yes, that's billion with a B. In the last 5 years, FIAs have experienced a period of significant growth, and sales have more than doubled in that time from 55.5 billion in 2020 up to 126.9 billion in 2024. So, Deval, FIAs are obviously popular and help solve some key problems that retirees face, but I like to help our members understand if an FIA is right for them. So the question then becomes, what type of person might be most interested in an FIA?
Hey, great question, Malia. FIAs are most attractive to those who want to benefit from the potential stock market growth without risking any losses to their retirement savings. For members in the retirement red zone, which is 5 to 10 years away from retirement, who have built up significant retirement savings, a market downturn might have a significant impact on their retirement plan. This concept is known as sequence of returns risk. It might force them to have to work longer or make compromises to their retirement goals. An FIA can preserve their assets while offering potential for growth to continue building their nest egg. For members already living in retirement, keeping up with inflation often is one of the major concerns. In periods of high inflation, fixed rate annuities and CDs may not be able to keep up. While investing in the market can offer potential for higher returns, it also comes with the risk of losing money. For those not willing to take the risk, an FIA could be a solution. FIAs can be an attractive option for those looking to protect their retirement savings while wanting the potential for higher growth than a traditional fixed rate annuities or CD can offer.
So, okay, Malia, we've seen that FIAs are popular, learned who might benefit from one, but what exactly is so appealing about them?
Glad you asked. So, in a recent industry study, investors were asked why they chose a fixed indexed annuity, and the top reasons were: first is protection. Like the top two reasons on this chart here, I placed more value in protecting my savings than seeking maximum gains, and I don't want my investments to decrease at all. Next is simplicity. Like the fourth reason, I like my investments to be simple. And last is growth. Like the bottom two reasons, I value the ability to maximize gains, and I expect the market will perform well over the next 5 years. So, Deval, speaking of growth, if I'm looking to grow my retirement savings, I could just invest directly into the S&P 500, right? That's what I hear. Members often ask me how an FIA is different than investing directly in the S&P. Can you help them understand?
Yeah, great question, Leah. And it's very different. So let's take a look at this lovely chart to see how. First, fixed index annuities offer protection from market downswings. Investing directly in the S&P 500 does not. Next, the FI has limit to growth as determined by its cap rate. Investing directly in the S&P 500, you realize any gains that might occur with no maximum or cap. Third, as we mentioned earlier, the FI is not invested in the market. Investing directly in the S&P 500 is. And fourth, the FI can't offer annual crediting that locks in gain. Any interest earned is credited to your account annually and is locked in. protecting it from future market declines. Any gains in the S&P 500, on the other hand, investments are still at risk while invested in the market. Finally, the FIA offers a built-in option for guaranteed income. When you're ready to turn your retirement savings into a steady stream of income, you'll have an option to make it easy. And that's something that investing in the S&P 500 can't offer.
Thanks, Deval. An FIA is definitely different from investing directly in the S&P 500, and it's also different from other types of annuities. So let's take a look. On this chart, we're going to look at the most common types of deferred annuities. All of these deferred annuities allow you to save money tax deferred that you could turn into income for the rest of your life. So we're going to display them based on their market risk on the vertical axis and opportunity for growth on the horizontal axis. Now, in the bottom left, you'll see the fixed rate deferred annuities, and they offer a guaranteed interest rate for a period of time that you choose. Often compared to CDs, they have the lowest risk, but also typically have a lower rate of return. Next up, you'll see fixed indexed annuities, and they offer more opportunity for growth, but the interest rate is determined by the performance of a market index. So because the interest rate is unknown at the time of purchase and could be 0% in years of negative market returns, this type of annuity has more risk. It also has the potential for higher growth in years where the market index performs well. So next, you'll see registered indexed linked annuities, or RILAs. Both fixed indexed annuity and registered indexed linked annuities earn interest based on the performance of an underlying index. However, a fixed indexed annuity offers a guaranteed minimum interest rate while a RILA does not. So as a result, you can lose value in a RILA but not with a fixed indexed annuity. Finally, you'll see variable annuities. A variable annuity is a combination of an insurance and a securities product, and your funds are invested in the market. It offers the potential for higher returns, but also greater losses. So RILAs and variable annuities can get pretty complicated and may put your retirement savings at greater risk, so USAA does not offer them.
Yeah, many of our members love the idea of earning higher interest rate than a traditional fixed annuity without the risk of stock market loss. And that's one of the main reasons we offer a fixed index annuity. Let's check out the short video to learn a little bit more.
You're doing the right thing by putting money aside so you can enjoy a secure future. You may have considered investing, but the ups and downs of the stock market may make you nervous. If you're looking for protected growth with no market risk, a USAA fixed indexed annuity might be the right choice for you. A fixed index annuity, or FIA, is an annuity that gains interest based on how the S&P 500 market index performs each year up to a certain limit. And since your money isn't directly invested into the stock market, the money you put in is protected against any downturns. That means even if the S&P 500 has a year with negative returns, your account will not lose money or gain interest. The interest you earn is tax deferred, so you won't pay taxes until you withdraw your money. As a result, your money grows faster, allowing you to earn even more. Plus, you can feel confident knowing that your money is backed by the financial strength of USAA Life Insurance Company. So, if you're looking for protected growth with potential to earn more than a fixed rate, tax-deferred growth potential, and an optional source for guaranteed income, a fixed index annuity may fit your needs. Schedule a call with a USAA retirement income specialist today to see if a fixed index annuity is right for you.
One thing that we take pride with our USA fixed index annuity is that it's very straightforward. When we designed this product, our goal was to create the most straightforward FIA in America. Early in the webinar, we taught you a few key terms. Now let's apply those to a real FIA. Our fixed index annuity is a 7-year annuity which tracks the S&P 500. You can see our current cap rate here on the screen, which many of our members find very exciting. Our 100% participation rate means your FIA account will get credit at the same rate as the S&P 500 up to the cap rate. And having a floor of 0 means that your FIA will not suffer any market losses, even if the S&P 500 drops. With all USAA annuities, there are no hidden fees and no commissions.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the features of the fixed indexed annuity is there are two different accounts, and you can decide how much to allocate to each one. So in the indexed account that we've referenced throughout our discussion, your money will grow based on the S&P 500 performance. So that means you can earn up to the cap rate based on the S&P 500 performance, and in years where the S&P 500 drops, you would not earn any interest nor would you lose. So in the fixed account, your money will earn a guaranteed interest no matter how the S&P performs. So for a hypothetical 100,000 annuity, you may decide to allocate 100,000 to the indexed account and none to the fixed portion. And you may also allocate a portion to the indexed account and a portion to the fixed account. So each year you'll have the opportunity to adjust your allocations. And so, okay, we've covered a lot about fixed indexed annuities, but members often ask, how does an FIA fit into my retirement plan? And retirement income specialists like myself and my teammates can certainly help answer your FIA questions, but we're also here to help you with more of a holistic retirement income planning solution as well. So our guidance is based on USA's approach to retirement. We'll look at three key components here. So first, there's the protected income. We want to make sure you have enough income from guaranteed sources like your Social Security, your pensions, annuities to cover your essential expenses. And second, there's your investment portfolio. And that portfolio is focused on growing your assets to provide for future needs. And third is the protection piece. So making sure that you have the right emergency funds in addition to life, health, and other insurance in place to protect your nest egg, and review your plan at least annually or if your circumstances change to ensure that it evolves as your life does. And so USAA believes in a balanced approach between these three key components, and it's the best way to manage the most common risks in retirement. Retirement can last over 30 years, and I want to make sure that you have an awesome retirement.
Hey, thank you, Malia. So your head's probably spinning from all this information we shared with you today. So let us help you regain your balance with our final poll question. Get ready to let us know your answer. Fixed index annuities can be a great way to grow your retirement savings while also protecting it. But is it right way for you to meet your retirement goals? Our retirement income specialists can help you figure that out. They can help you create a retirement income plan or review your current plan at no cost. Most importantly, they know a lot about annuities, so you don't have to.
Agreed. Yeah, it's like I always say to our members, you don't have to be a doctor to see a doctor. You just need to know when you got to go see them.
Exactly. So if you'd like to receive a call from one of our specialists, answer the poll question with a yes, and you'll be contacted within the next few business days. Or if you want to speak to a specialist now, you can scan the QR code to schedule a call or call now.
Thanks for that great information, Deval, Malia. Appreciate your time today. That concludes our presentation, ladies and gentlemen, and now we will move into Q&A. Now, I recognize that each of your situations is different. You're unique. We want to equip you with the information and tools to help you evaluate if a fixed indexed annuity is right for you. Our team is here to help you with all the factors going into your plan and where you are in your retirement journey. Frankly, we're happy to help you all along the way, whether you buy anything from us or not. This is a service that we offer at no charge. If you'd like to speak to one of our retirement income specialists, you can give us a call, the number that's on the screen. Or if you prefer, you can schedule a call at a time that is convenient for you. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see this QR code. When you use your smartphone, it gives you a link to schedule a call with one of our specialists. You can also do that just by logging into USAA.com and going to our annuities page. There's a spot there to schedule a call. Many of our members find that very convenient. Gives them time to set up the time that's right for them. If you want to call us now, operators are standing by, as they like to say. Now, I'd encourage you, no matter what, to visit our website, USAA.com/FIA for fixed indexed annuity, where you can find more information, find advice articles, and our current rates. Now, we're going to cover some of our most frequently asked questions that we receive about our FIA. And I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, Thomas Sovereign, to facilitate.
Thank you for that, Bill. All right, here is our Q&A section. Deval, we'll start with you, sir. Question number 1, how can you fund an annuity?
Yeah, Thomas, great question. Annuity can be funded from pretty much any source. We break it down into qualified sources, which include rolling over an IRA, a 401k, or other funds that receive preferential tax treatment. But you could also fund it from non-qualified sources, which could include savings accounts, cash, or selling of investments.
Great. Thank you for that. All right, Malia, for our second question, what's the difference between an IRA and an annuity?
Good question. So, to answer this one, we do need to take a step back. So, an IRA is a container, and an annuity is the contents within the container. So, an IRA container, like Roth or traditional, determines how it's taxed. And the annuity describes the contents within that container, like a fixed indexed annuity or a fixed deferred annuity. The contents of the container could also be something besides an annuity, like stocks, bonds, or CDs.
Well said. Thank you for that. All right, Deval, our next question, is a fixed indexed annuity taxable?
Good. Yeah, Thomas, so no matter what, a fixed index annuity grows tax deferred. It's not taxed until you take the dollars out. This could happen by withdrawing the funds at any point during or after the 7-year contract period, or by turning your FIA into a stream of guaranteed income. If you convert your FIA into guaranteed income, then it would depend on if you funded the annuity with money that was already taxed or not yet taxed. We understand you might have specific questions about your unique situation, and our retirement income specialist can help fill in the details. So just give us a call.
Very helpful. Thank you. All right, Malia, does a fixed index annuity have commissions or fees?
That is a great question, and it depends on the company. So here at USAA, our fixed indexed annuity has no commissions and no fees, just like all of our annuities. So other companies do have commissions and fees, and this is an important question to ask if you're comparing USAA annuities to annuities from other companies.
Thank you for that. All right, Deval, can you explain more about how an FIA can combat inflation?
In periods of high inflation, sometimes inflation can be higher than the 3, 4, or 5% guaranteed interest rate that you earn in a CD or fixed annuity. Since FIAs can potentially earn more than a traditional fixed rate annuity, there's a possibility that your annuity can earn 7, 8, 9% and grow faster than inflation.
That makes sense. Thank you. Okay, Malia, what is the minimum investment for a fixed index annuity?
So it depends on the company again, but for our FIA, the minimum is 100,000. Now, for many of us, we don't have an extra 100,000 just sitting around, but as we mentioned earlier, you can fund an annuity from your 401k, your IRA, or other retirement savings that you may have built up. So USAA also offers other types of annuities with minimums as low as 20,000, and a retirement income specialist can help you learn more about all the options.
Very good. All right, Deval, on every contract anniversary, do you get credited interest, and does the cap rate change?
Yeah, so each year on your contract anniversary date, you'll be credited based upon the market performance of that year up to the cap rate. These earnings will be locked in. The cap rate can change every year, but USA tries to offer the best cap rate that we can every year to minimize changes if possible.
Okay, great. Okay, Malia, back to you. Last couple questions here. What happens at the end of my surrender period?
So this can also depend on the company. So some companies require that you turn your FIA into income at the end of the surrender period. And again, at USAA, you have options. So at the end of the 7 years, you can first withdraw the money and buy a sailboat, or you can buy another FIA for another 7 years. You can also convert it into guaranteed income for the rest of your life. And this is a great time to have a conversation about your retirement goals and determine the best options for you achieving them.
Makes sense. Thank you for that. All right, Duvall, what happens to the money in my annuity if I pass away?
Yeah, Thomas. So for our fixed index annuities and for all our annuities here at USAA, you have the option to list main beneficiaries or multiple beneficiaries and even contingent beneficiaries. Your annuity can bypass probate and go directly to an individual. If it doesn't have to go to your estate, but if you do choose to leave it to your estate by naming a trust as a beneficiary, you certainly can do that. Do that too. We recommend talking to your tax advisor along with your USA retirement income specialist to make sure it's set up the way you want it to be set up.
Absolutely makes sense to be on a personal basis there. All right, Malia, for our last question, if I'm already retired, is it too late to buy an FIA?
Absolutely not. In fact, we highlighted a couple of scenarios earlier in the webinar that apply to a lot of retirees. It's not uncommon for retirements to last 30 plus years these days. So a common strategy is to focus a portion of your savings on growth, and you could consider an FIA for that. And we also mentioned that a primary goal for many retirees is to fight inflation, and an FIA can absolutely be used for that. So some retirees may want to leave a legacy, and an FIA can also help accomplish that goal. So while FIAs can be great for those nearing retirement, they can also be very useful for those already in retirement.
Wonderful. Well, that concludes our Q&A section. Thank you so much, Malia and Duvall, for that. And Bill, back over to you to close us out.
Thank you, Thomas, Malia, Duvall. Great job today. Ladies and gentlemen, we've covered a lot, a variety of resources, and we've consolidated them for you using the tab that you see on the Zoom screen. Right there in the center, it says resources. If you click there, you can download the webinar slides to review separately. There are also clickable links where you can schedule a call with one of our specialists, see our current rates, watch prior webinars, and also get some advice articles that are a quick read about retirement and our annuity products. I thank you again for spending time with us today. More importantly, thank you for your membership. We are here to serve military families. So many of you served in uniform or are family members of those who did. On behalf of our CEO, Juan Andrade, and the entire team here at USAA, thank you for being a USAA member. We are here for you.